Hello everybody and welcome to LRN News Edition. Today we are covering the top 5 news and rumours from the last few days in the world of F1. Let's get straight into it. So in at number 5 we have Perez having to apologise to his wife after being pictured dancing with at least 2 girls while celebrating his victory at the Monaco Grand Prix, dancing on a party on a yacht. So Perez has messed up a bit here. I'm not going to comment too much on someone's personal life. I do question why someone who's obviously fully aware that the cameras are on him, as with any celebrity, it's difficult to get away from the cameras, and the paparazzi are always there ready to take snaps, especially somewhere like Monaco. But these have obviously come to light, and Perez has issued a public apology to his wife for being pictured with these girls. To be fair, he was dancing with them. No evidence of anything else has come out. It's just clearly doing things he shouldn't be doing. So hopefully that doesn't happen again for his sake. He's obviously a really well-liked family man, and this isn't the kind of story we want to see. So again, I'm not going to comment too much on it. Just hope that that is the end of it. And that obviously he hasn't caused too many issues with his family, and that they are still behind him, and he can move on from this into the rest of the season. As I say, he's a really liked guy. I think it's a mistake on his part, really big mistake, but he's made it now, and let's move on and hope that he can get past this, as it genuinely looks like a title contender now into the rest of the season. I do doubt that Red Bull will really allow him to properly challenge Max. You do feel like the strategies will probably be in Max's favour as we move into the next few races, and they'll definitely over the next 2 or 3 races be key to deciding whether they do allow Perez to take the fight to Verstappen. But yeah, let's just move on from it. Hope that he can too, keeps his head down, focuses on his racing, and really puts a challenge on Max, because we all would love to see someone in the Red Bull, the second Red Bull, really challenge Max for a full season. That would be fantastic. In at number 4, we have a rumour of Gasly to Mercedes. It's reared its head again. This did come up a couple of months ago, mentioning of a potential move of Gasly to Mercedes in the future. This is being touted as a potential replacement for Hamilton, as he once again contemplates retirement in the future. No words from Hamilton to suggest that this is something happening soon. I do think that he's keen to win back his crown, and my personal opinion is that when he wins the championship again, if he was to win the championship again, he would definitely call it a day at that stage, getting that title back from Verstappen, or whoever should have it at the time, assuming that he doesn't manage to win the title this season. I think that he would make that decision to move on. Otherwise, I suspect he'll maybe give us 2, maximum 3 more seasons. And if the Mercedes isn't challenging, or maybe he moves, if he isn't challenging for a title by that time, I suspect he'll move on and focus his time on his other interests in America: fashion, rap, music, whatever he chooses to do. But I certainly do file this as things stand under complete rumour, Sunday paper, that kind of detail. It is the story is linked in the description below if you want to read through that and make up your own mind. But personally, I think this is just paper talk, filling a paper filler, and there's no real substance to it, no clear sources mentioned. But yeah, he would be, in my opinion, potentially a really good replacement. I think he's a really talented driver. The move to Red Bull obviously didn't work out for him, and I think in the right car he could be a genuine contender at the front of the grid. But at the moment, pure rumour, and I suspect nothing more. But for the full story, please do see the link in the description below. In at number 3, we have Ferrari to cost Leclerc the World Championship, or the fight at the World Championship. We saw in Monaco that they simply do not have the nous that Red Bull do when it comes to their strategy decisions, and they don't have the recent experience in that title fight when it comes to those big in-the-moment decisions, which really cost Leclerc at the Monaco GP, ending up double stacking them by accident, calling him in, telling him to stay out, but then it was too late. He'd already come in. So yeah, real issues for Leclerc. You'd expect a team. I know they haven't won recently, but you'd expect a team with still some of the faces from the past to really be able to fight and not be cost by such silly decisions and decision making. You know anyone, from the drivers all through the engineers to the directors want to be at Ferrari, and you would expect them to hire people at the top of their game, top strategists, to really give Ferrari the maximum opportunity at a championship. But right now, it doesn't appear to be the case. It appears that they are not at the top of their game when it comes to strategy and decision making. So they need to get to the bottom of that. They need to fix it fast. Could they need to make another appointment long term? We'll find out. But right now, definitely, those decisions are costing Ferrari in their challenge to Red Bull. But again, see the link in the description below for a full story of this. But definitely something to keep an eye on as the season progresses. In at number two, we have the fate of Daniel Ricciardo. Has it been sealed by his performance at the Monaco GP? Once again, crashing the car in unceremonial fashion, and not putting in a great performance in the race on Sunday. Just a nothing performance. I think finishing in the points once this season, just being massively outperformed by Lando Norris. We'd already heard rumours before, but they are growing and growing that we are going to see Ricciardo leave his seat at the end of this season, and they'll find a way out of the contract. And I think if things don't improve, and I do really hope they do, because I think everyone knows what potential Ricciardo has, whether he's just lost his drive and ambition and fight to really be at the front. That could be it. It could be a mental thing, because I think we know how talented the guy is. Really interesting. But from, certainly the rumors are growing. We've heard it from Zach Brown himself that there are mechanisms in place to remove or to part ways if it is not going the way that they'd hoped. And Ricciardo has himself commented on the fact that he isn't performing up to the expected standard, and therefore we could see a parting of the ways. He hasn't said that specifically, but he has confirmed that he knows he isn't performing up to standard. So again, I think that this is starting to be writing on the wall situation. They want someone in that car. They've seen with Lando what the McLaren's capable of, and they need two drivers at that level to make sure that they are winning that midfield battle and starting to take that fight to the front. Because it just doesn't look like Danny Rick's going to give them the ability to do that with two cars. So let's see how it plays out for the rest of the season. There's no suggestion that he'll be out of a seat before the end of the year, just that we could very well see him lose his seat by the end of the year. And that, again, would open up a really interesting window of who we should see go into McLaren. So do let me know in the comments below if we were to see Ricciardo leave, and I'm not saying we want that to happen, but if we were to see Ricciardo lose his seat in McLaren, who do you think would be the ideal partner for Lando Norris in that second McLaren seat? But for further information, do check the link in the description below. We have put a story down there if you want to read any more on Ricciardo and his current situation at McLaren. In at number one, and gaming news now, F1 Manager is finally set to be given a release date and live gameplay footage as of tomorrow, the 7th of June at 4 p.m. British summertime. We should see finally a release date for F1 Manager, and I'm personally really excited for this. I'm sure a lot of you are too. This is going to be hopefully soon. I'm hoping that it's going to be one of those games where they announce the release date really close to launch, because they've done a really good job of building the hype for this game already. They don't need a huge launch window to continue the advertising piece to grow the interest. It is already there. So hopefully we are going to see a release date soon. They won't want to release it, I don't believe, at the same window as the main Formula 1 game, which is coming out on the 1st of July, or slightly earlier if you pre-ordered, but around the 1st of July for Silverstone weekend. I don't think they'd want to compete on the same time slot, so I think we're either going to see it before or potentially a couple of weeks to a month after the mainline F1 game is released. My hope is before. I want to get my hands on this game as soon as possible, and it would be awesome to find out that this game is going to be releasing in a couple of weeks. But if I'm honest, I suspect it's going to be more sort of 6 to 8 weeks from now, which puts us to sort of the 1st of August as the release window for the game. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I would be disappointed but not surprised, but at least we'll know when it will be. So do tune back in tomorrow, because I will be putting up another video with my live with a reaction to the news from F1 Manager, to the release date, and to the gameplay footage that it appears we're going to get as well. So make sure to tune back into LRN for that. I've put a link to the Instagram post in the description below from Frontier Devs and F1 Manager, confirming that they're going to be going live with this information. And they've got a link to their Twitch channel in the bio, which if you want to tune in live, so you'll be able to watch this as it happens. But yeah, really looking forward to that tomorrow. And that is today's news and rumours from the last few days in the world of F1. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these latest headlines. Is there anything else that's happened that I've missed that you've found really interesting over the last few days while we've not had a Grand Prix? But otherwise, guys, please, if you are new around here, do make sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, make sure to hit that like. Otherwise, I'm going to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.